Initiating System 1. System 1 loaded.
Let me see, yes, okay. Oh, assalamu alaikum, my friends. Yes, I'm sorry if I've disappointed you that Brother Khaleel is not here today. He left me a note saying, Professor IQRA, could you please introduce today's show? And I, of course, more than graciously, I'm more than happy to do so. I hope you are okay and that you'll be able to do it. How difficult could it be after all? I mean, he wants me to say a number of things to remind you. Right, first of all, he wants me to remind you of the QR code, which is around here somewhere. Right, the QR code is an easy and effective, very efficient way for you to get directly to our Instagram page. It's right. See, I'm already dropping things. Forgive me. I hope Brother Khaleel is not watching. Right, yes, go to the QR code, hit it right now with your phone, and you'll be able to go directly over there. Apparently, modern science is wonderful, isn't it? Also, Brother Khaleel wants to ask that, can I remind you that we want to have you on the show. If you'd like to be on something called the Random Art Show, sounds quite odd. Right, if you want to be on that show, you can inbox us on our Instagram page. Apparently, yes. He also wants to make sure that you guys are enjoying the new shows. Yes, of course, the best one of those new shows is Kun Fire Kun with me and Kid Bilal. Right, also, he wants me to ask you a question. Let me see, where is that question now? He's not very organized with his script, is he? Right. He wants me to ask you, what is the first surah of the Quran? Of course, I can tell you the answer is, I'm not supposed to tell you until halfway through the show. Well, I know for a fact that I'm not as good looking as Khaleel, nor am I as talented, but I know a thing or two, and you'll see in our shows coming up how wonderfully talented we all are here at IQRA Kids TV. But for now, I hope you enjoy part one of our shows. Let's go for it.
Initiating System 1. System 1 loaded.
Have you ever heard of a woman who ruled Muslim lands? A woman who fought against both enemies in and outside of her kingdom? Looking back into history, you would be surprised to know that there was in fact a lady who ticked all of those boxes. A woman who sprang from the humble roots of slavery to the highest heights of Sultana. Today's Muslim hero is none other than Razia Sultana. Razia Sultana was the Sultan of Delhi in India from 1236 to 1240. She was the first Muslim female ruler. Her rise to the throne is of such historical significance, not only because she was a woman, but also because her ancestors were originally slaves and not nobility. Her father, Iltimish, was a slave brought from the steppes of Central Asia and purchased by Qutb al-Din, a general of the Sultan's army. He himself too was also a former slave. Iltimish soon became the commander of the army. Due to his assistance in helping him to gain power and because of his skill, Qutb married him to one of his daughters. After Qutb al-Din died from an accident, Iltimish gained support from the army, and within a year he was the commander. Iltimish had 3 sons and 1 daughter, Razia. Razia was a bold young woman trained in military warfare and administration. She was as clever and as resourceful as her father, so much so that he appointed her as governor of Delhi. This was an appointment he gave to her while he was away on military campaigns. Upon his deathbed, Iltutmish appointed Razia as his successor. This was met with a great uproar, as he had 3 sons, but none of them had the skill or experience to rule. However, this appointment did not go down well with the court, and many, especially those in the army, did not agree with him and ignored his dying wishes. Razia's half-brother, Rakhuddin, was established as the new sultan instead. So ruthless was Rakhuddin that he even had one of his own half-brothers killed to prevent him from challenging his new sultan. Razia's half-brother, Rakhuddin, was established as the new sultan instead. So ruthless was Rakhuddin that he had one of his own half-brothers murdered to prevent him from challenging him. A man of weak morals, Rakhuddin soon embarked upon a life of drinking and gambling, and proved to be only a puppet to his mother, Shah Turkan. It was his mother who actually wielded the power of the Sultan. She killed and eliminated all the enemies and those who might oppose her, and soon set her sights upon Razia. Rather than run away or hide in fear of her life, Razia took her case to the people of Delhi to support her claim to the Sultanate. Every Friday Jummah, she reminded the people that her father was an honorable and just man who cared for their every need, and that he had appointed her as the new Sultan. Her pleas for justice were heard by thousands, including those in the army, who soon rallied to her side. With her newfound support, Razia was soon established as Sultan of Delhi, and her half-brother was removed. Razia came to power on the 10th of November 1236 and ascended to the throne. She quickly began establishing her authority and ordered for coins to be minted in her name. The coins read, "Pillar of Women, Queen of the Times, Sultana Razia, daughter of Shamsuddin Iltutmish." She proved to be a just and beneficent ruler, and genuinely cared about her subjects. A skilled and brave warrior, she led in battles and conquered new territories. All of this aided to strengthening her kingdom, for indeed she was a very good administrator. She was also a religiously devout sultan who established schools, academics, and public libraries that included the works of ancient philosophers, along with the Quran and Hindu works. These included the sciences and literature. Razia ruled for 4 years and was a just and effective ruler. Razia did not lead from above. She often dressed in men's clothes and appeared in public without a veil. It was not uncommon for her to walk through the market with sword and bow in hand. This allowed her to mingle with the subjects and hear their concerns and frustrations firsthand.
The Adventures of Power Lad. Every life matters. No one knows how Khalid got his powers, but it was after an odd night in Ramadan that he woke with amazing abilities. Khalid Kent was asleep in class one day, dreaming about which computer game to play. He heard a car skid. It would be a pity. If I don't do something quick, it will hit that kitty. The cat was so happy, she didn't see the danger. A few seconds more and the accident would be major. With little thought and quick reaction, Khalid sprang into action. With his powers he could see with his eyes. In a few more seconds he could save 2 lives. A speedy change and I'm on my way, once again to save the day. A blur of motion and without a cheer, Khalid was gone and only Power Lad was here. He flew so fast. He saved the kitty, shame about the car, but any true hero saves lives in the city. Sammy and Kiki. Space Kids. Danger in space. Sammy and Kiki are on a quest to find their parents who are lost in space. While exploring Allah's creation, the kids went deep into space. But Sammy's safety rope broke. So Kiki gave chase. He flew out of sight. The last thing she saw was his boots. How long could he last with hardly any air in his suit? Then Kiki remembered. Whether in space, near or far, there is nothing more powerful than sincere dua. Suddenly he reappeared in a glittery shower, with a grin on his face and a bunch of space flowers. It was only a trick, he wanted to give her a surprise. She was so happy, that tears filled her eyes.
Oh, mountains of Mecca, what danger! Ibrahim, you're singing out of key. Just not singing it right. If you don't sing it right, they're gonna send us home. A mountain of Mecca.
I don't know the words.
Look at that now. You spoiled everything. Now we have to sit at home watching the telly. It's not fair, is it?
Sorry.
What? You always mess up. What am I gonna do with you?
What did the buffalo say to his son as he was going to school? Bye, son. Why did the scarecrow win an award? Because he was outstanding in the field. Why did the shoemaker hate his job? Because he's always seeing defeat.
Initiating system 1. System 1 loaded.
Hello, assalamu alaikum. I am still here. Yes, I'm still here. Right, did you enjoy that? I certainly hope so. Right, I need to make sure that you have got the answer for the first question. It was, what was the first surah of the Quran? I was so tempted to say it. I was this close to giving away the answer, but now I can do so, because I'm sure you know that Surah Al-Fatiha is indeed the first surah of the Quran. Right, I'm supposed to do another question for you. What does the word IQRA mean? Which is my name, Professor IQRA. Ha! Right, what does the word IQRA actually mean? I'm so tempted to tell you, but I'm going to wait for the end where you can tell me the answer yourself. All right, let's get into part 2 of our shows for today.
Initiating system. System 1 loaded.
However, after 4 years of rulership, members of the army began to rebel against her and sought to install her half-brother Barham in her place. But why would the army now oppose Razia after they were the ones who supported her at the beginning? Now, one possible answer was based on the fact that she insisted on wearing men's clothes, riding like a man, and appearing in public without a veil. These actions had upset the more strict scholars in Delhi, many of whom also opposed a woman ruling over them. These scholars had slowly built up a following during her 4-year rule. Another rumor that led to her removal was the rumor spread by the nobles that she fell in love with an Ethiopian slave. His name was Jamaluddin Yaqut, whom she had appointed to a high position as master of the royal stable. The rumors only became worse when Jamaluddin helped her upon a horse. This form of physical contact between a slave and a sultan was just too much for people to take. It was seen as unethical and cost her support from her followers. The rumor mill of Delhi, fanned by the jealousy of spurned and disappointed generals and nobles, worked. The Qadi, or judges, ruled that Razia had violated the Sharia and should therefore step down, get married and retire behind the veil. They appointed a Turkish general, Altuna, the governor of Bahinda, as her successor. Undaunted, Razia marched out of the Delhi fort to meet the general in battle. Unfortunately, Razia and her forces lost the battle, and she was taken prisoner and imprisoned at Qilla Mubarak. Yaqut fell into the hands of conspirators in Delhi and was put to death. Her enemies put Razia's brother Barham on the throne and appointed themselves to all the high offices of the state. The people of Delhi, in spite of their great love for Razia, could do nothing against the Turkish nobles because there was no one to lead the public movement. Now, Altuna, the man who she lost battle to, and Razia were childhood friends, and some sources also suggest that they were deeply in love once upon a time. She was treated royally, even as a prisoner, and eventually the couple got married. Razia and her new husband decided to take back the kingdom from her brother, but unfortunately they were defeated. Razia left the battlefield exhausted and hungry. She took refuge in a farmer's hut. As she slept, the farmer noticed that his guest, who was dressed like a man, wore a garment embroidered in gold. Realizing that she must be of some great value, he killed her as she slept, but was caught by the townspeople as he tried to sell the gold ornaments. Ibn Battuta recorded how the common folks loved their queen. By the year 1335, when Ibn Battuta visited Delhi, her grave had become a venerated shrine. India was by now a land influenced by the Sufi movements, and Razia had become a saint. Razia Sultana was the first female head of state to rule over the Indian subcontinent. Her bravery, skill with sword and bow and arrow, horse riding and governorship skills marked her as an exceptional ruler. No small feat in an age completely dominated by men. Razia Sultana was indeed a true Muslim hero. Oh, is it over already? Oh, that was rather quick, wasn't it? We have been enjoying ourselves putting together these shows, and I hope you're enjoying them. Remember to hit that QR code and go over to our Instagram page right away. Okay, that question. What does IQRA actually mean? Which, as you know, is my name, Professor IQRA. To prove it, see? Professor IQRA, see, lab pass. I can go anywhere, absolutely anywhere. Right, IQRA means to read, to recite. MashaAllah, Alhamdulillah, I'm glad you all knew that. Right, so once again, apologies for Brother Khaleel not being here today. I had to stand before him. Who knows where he is? He's been doing his ABCs of Islam. Maybe he's gone to a different country again. Oh, I don't know. I'm sure we'll find out soon. Anyway, my friends, thank you so much for putting up with me, and I look forward to seeing you really soon. Take care of yourselves. Toodle pip. Salam alaikum. Please, number 7, it was a massive up. Right? Different things you do.
IQRA Kids TV.